So that was great to see by our defense. On the flip side of that, we got to get the ball in the end zone with the offense. Now, obviously, a lot of our offense is running the quarterback and doing those things and taking advantage of him. And so, none of that was in play today with how we were doing with the red jersey. But I thought we had great juice and great energy both sides. It was good to see getting the ball to Destin Hill and ABS and C.J. Lewis and those guys early. Thought that was good to see. They've really progressed. I think they can be a really formidable crew at receiver. Garrett Mamahat is back and doing well. All in all, we stayed healthy, which is obviously really important. Was a little disappointed after we went to all of our young guys and the way our young offense executed early on. I thought we had some breakdowns right there. There was some moving parts in that with some guys at some spots, to make things work, but still would have liked to execute better. On the flip side of that, I thought our defense had great energy with those young guys. Thought we tackled well for the most part. It's good to see our field goal kickers kick the ball well again. And, and then good to see old Seth Gill getting the end zone there at the end. He's a guy, man, that's a real winner. Louisiana guy, came here as a walk-on and has played slot receivers, played special teams, is playing super back some now. Young guy that really loves Tulane and is a Tulane guy. So it's good to see him getting the end zone right there at the end.
You're really deep in the secondary.
Yeah.
Today, Chase Green made some huge plays, and he wasn't a name I had at the top of my list. But just how comfortable are you back there?
Yeah, man. Chase is a guy that really, really, really made a jump this spring. He had a great 15 practices of spring ball. His intentionality with how he's approached tackling. He's bought into all the techniques we're teaching, all the tackling drills we've been working throughout spring, the summer, and all that. He's really bought into. You can see his approach change and how he attacks the ball carrier, and he's really improved that. And he's made some plays like the pick he made today was just a phenomenal football play. He looked like the receiver. And he is another guy, like I talk about, Gary, that is in year 3 or more, that now it's their time. And he's put the work in. He's got great character, and I expect him to play well for us. He'll be an integral part of our special teams as well.
You talked about Seth Gale earlier on that touchdown run. Dagan Bruno threw a nice block.
Yeah. He's a tough guy.
Yeah,
everybody knows Dagan. He's involved in our special teams, obviously at quarterback. He's a very quarterback at John Curtis, and he's a tough guy and a winner and team guy. Yep.
Caden looked really confident, especially in those first couple drives that led to field goals. Can you speak to his performance and the way that his command has improved?
Yeah, he's been confident all spring. I really think all of them have. I think the carryover he's been confident all fall. The carryover from spring through the summer with how much time he's put into it, the way he sees the offense, the way he gets us in the right plays. He's been extremely accurate, and he can play. I've been really pleased with him all fall camp with how he's ran the ball, and how he scrambled and kept plays alive and kept his eyes downfield. But he was on top of it today. Probably had his best scrimmage ever since he's been here. I think he would admit that too, of just distributing the ball, playing within himself, taking what the defense gives you.
And then with Zion, obviously that pick was incredible.
Yeah.
Probably a good throw as far as having the one-on-one. I know it wasn't necessarily his best day, but what did you like from him? And then how much of his game is also predicated on having that athleticism that, obviously he's not going to be running the ball as much today.
Yeah, I thought he had a good day. The pick was not his fault. That's a one-on-one play. It was the right read by him. It was a great ball with air. It's one-on-one with the wideout and DB. Our wideout's got to go up and make a play on that ball. And it was a credit to Chase Green for going up and picking it, but it was the right read and a good throw. Thought he played well, had some things. I think his third drive, he led us to a field goal. We had 3 scoring drives right there where we got field goals. And I like to get it in the end zone right there, but we'll watch the tape and see. But both of them have had great fall camps. They had really good springs. They progressed through the summer. And they're great teammates. And I'm excited to watch the tape today and see it all.
How close do you feel you are to naming a starting quarterback?
Yeah, well, I'm a man of my word, and I said what, Doug?
Monday.
I said I would name one Monday. So, I'm nothing. One thing you can count on me, man. You may like me, you may hate me, but you'll never say I lied to you.
You're consistent.
Yeah.
You're consistent.
Yeah.
Ultimately, and I know some of it is like you're watching the tape as well as like what you saw with your eyes.
Yeah.
And throughout camp, like obviously, this
Yeah.
one performance isn't going to dictate who wins the performance. What do you ultimately want from the person that is leading the Green Wave?
Yeah, drive us to score, don't turn the ball over. You know, we've got such good players. We got to be smart with the football. And we tell our quarterbacks, man, there's going to be about 5 plays a game where you're going to have an opportunity to help us win the game. The other plays, okay, you're going to have an opportunity to every play in the game, the quarterback has an opportunity to lose the game. All right, so you've got to play within the system, have your eyes right, take what the defense gives you, and whenever those 5 plays come, you've got to be opportunistic and you've got to have the ability to take advantage of that. But it starts with you cannot lose the game, you know, because you have the ball's in your hand every play. And so you've got an opportunity to force it and do things you're not supposed to do to put us in bad situations. I've been pleased with both of them this fall camp that, you know, we've done a good job of that for the most part.
Could you speak to Mo Turner's return? That kid is just dynamic.
Yeah, really good football player. We're excited to have him back. He's been healthy all through spring and fall camp. Lord willing, you know, we get to game 1, he's healthy again, because if he can, he's just such a great kid, great leader. If he can stay healthy, he's going to have a dynamic year. I mean, like, you know, Doug, you were here last year. I mean, we broke fall camp this time last year. He was our most dynamic weapon offensively, and then we never got to use him. So he's put the work in. He deserves it. You know, we certainly hope, you know, that he can stay healthy because he's a weapon.
Hudlow, who'd been the most consistent punter, didn't have a good 3 punt segment there. Does that factor in, or is it one day doesn't?
Yeah, well, everything factors in. You know, every day's got to count, and you know, so we'll get to the tape, we'll watch it, we'll correct it, and but he's been good, you know, and he got to bounce back. We'll practice again on Tuesday. He's got to bounce back on Tuesday, and I know Coach Forrest J and him will address it. Hudlow will take it to heart. He's a guy that it really matters to him. You know, it matters for him to do well, but it matters for him that Tulane does well. Like, he loves Tulane. And so I know he'll address that and bounce back. I look forward to working with him on Tuesday.
I know he was running with the twos, but man, Jake Randall looked really good.
Yeah.
Like a couple plays, like bouncing out on like a 3rd down to create a 1st down. Is he a guy, I know he's a freshman, but is he a guy who could get snaps on offense for you this year?
Yeah, well, we think Jake's going to be a really good player for us. And, you know, and he's working in on the kicking game too. He's in a situation where, you know, you got Mo Turner, Jalen Lucas, and Johnny Daniels, who are established players in front of him. And then you've also got Jamar McClure coming back, DJ Dugard coming back. So there will come a time where Jake Randall's a really good player at Tulane. How quick that happens will obviously be determined a little bit by the health of those older guys in front of him, just because those guys have just got more time on task. But, man, Jake gets better every day. The thing I've been most impressed with him is how tough he is. Like, his physicality, blocking, the way he attacks the special teams in the kicking game. I love coaching that kid.
Just tell us how you felt like this scrimmage went for you today.
The scrimmage was, I'd say, a lot of situations where I can really learn and grow from. There's a couple of things as a unit that we could clean up, but definitely learning from our mistakes is a good thing for us going into the season. And overall, I mean, it was a pretty good day.
I mean, you had a chance to lead a touchdown, and then you got a bad snap on 3rd down. There's not much you could do about that.
Yeah. I mean, like Coach said, you know, on to the next play. You know, sometimes as a unit, if one person mess up, you know, we all mess up. And, you know, we have to be accountable. You know, I have to be accountable for myself, the O-line, the receiver. So we got to be on the same page, kind of different from defense. So when we be able to move the ball all the way down the field, we have to be able to execute.
But you recovered on that bad snap. It was a real nice recovery by you to go and get the bad. Seriously, man, it was a good catch on that, man. Yeah.
Big announcement coming Monday for the quarterback. Do you feel like how do you feel like you positioned yourself through all of camp?
I put myself in the best opportunity to be for the job. You know, I'm really just blessed to even be here and get this opportunity. So I'm really just enjoying that. And, you know, when the opportunity come Monday, you know, it's all about the team. You know, we gotta win at the end of the day. So it don't matter what it could be, we gotta execute.
Do you foresee yourself maybe in a position where you and Caden can be sort of swapping out every now and then during the season? Do you feel that, or do you feel like there needs to be a number one, or what do you think?
I mean, I'm not really sure. That's really a Coach Hall answer, but
Okay.
I mean, of course, having a QB1 definitely will help because it's kind of hard to get a momentum going if you got two quarterbacks in one time. But I mean, if that happens, then that's the best decision for the team at the end of the day.
How do you feel like this battle has pushed you the most going against Kate?
I feel like it's pushed me, at least let me be lackadaisical in anything, knowing that you have somebody that's trying to compete with you with the same thing you're trying to obtain, knowing that you can't slack. And no matter who's keeping one, even during the season, you still can't slack because at any moment you can pull it out. And
you mentioned that come Monday, ultimately is what's best for the team. A lot of people might say that, and it's but if they don't win the job, they're going to feel some type of way.
Right.
When I see you two interact on the sideline, it does look genuine that you just want whatever's best for the team. How is that relationship developed, and maybe how hard is that to balance, competing with someone, but then also wanting what's best for the team, even if it's not you being the one that's the starter?
That's very difficult in today's age, but the bond that we have is so special in the QB room. All of us, we really get along, and we really push each other each and every day. Sometimes you think that we want the other person to succeed more than us, and I feel like bringing that together will make whoever the starter is the best that they can be on the field. So I feel like that's a big thing, and not being a cancer to the room. And if that happens, you're a cancer to the room, then it spreads to the team. So being able to compete each and every day and really want to come in a room and do it with Caden every single day, it's fun.
How do you think you did today?
I thought it was solid. Didn't get too many snaps, but that was the plan going in. A lot of the young guys get a lot of reps. I think we did a great job moving the football. I think our execution's gotten better in the red zone when we get down there. But that's stuff that we can clean up. But I think overall it was a pretty good day.
Coach said that he feels like this is the best scrimmage that you've had since you've been at Tulane. Did you feel that kind of way?
Yeah, it felt good. I mean, it might have not looked flashy to people watching, but from an execution standpoint and doing what I'm supposed to do and being efficient, I think so. Yes.
How cool is that? I don't know, just the growth that you've been able to have here from I remember, I don't know, it was spring a couple years ago to now, and the way that you've been able to progress.
It's awesome. I mean, that's all part of the game, right? I think in college football, the development's kind of been out the window and guys are going all over the place. And I had a chance to leave if I wanted to last year, and I chose to stay and develop. And last year's situation obviously wasn't favorable. I'd never been there before, but to be able to believe in a coach and him believe in me and stay and grow, it's a good dynamic to have for sure.
Obviously, a big announcement coming Monday. Do you feel like you've done what you needed to do at this point going into that?
Yeah, I think I had a good camp. I think I played well, and the rest is up to Coach Hall. I can't do anything more than what I did out there at fall camp. So I'm just gonna keep staying in my routine, and whatever happens, happens.
Zion mentioned at one point, he's no matter what happens with the battle, I just want what's best for the team. And I know sometimes people say that, and that's just words.
Yeah.
Because you're competing, and
I will say this. I don't mean to interrupt you. We really do like that in our room. He means that, and I mean that too. We got a great relationship, not just me and him, but the whole quarterback room. So if you would have asked me any question, I would have responded the same way. And I think both guys really mean that, which is good to have.
Well, that was going to be my question. But what makes it that way? Because, like I said, it's easy to say, but it's different to I watched y'all on the sideline coming off, and y'all were always supporting each other.
Right, you guys could feel that. We have a good relationship, and at the end of the day, everybody on that football field, whether you're in a white, red, or green jersey, we want to win for Tulane. You know what I mean? So we all have one common goal, and whatever we get to achieve that common goal, everyone's going to assume their role, and we're going to push forward doing that.
Would you prefer? Zion was asked the same question, but would you? There's a possibility they could announce they're maybe use more than one quarterback. Do you prefer a system where one quarterback gets the job and it's up to him, and then?
Well, that's not really up to me. That's not my decision.
Right.
Whatever Coach Hall thinks is best for the team, like I was saying earlier, we're going to go out there and do that.
And seeing Michael Turner back out there at running back,
Maurice? Yeah.
No, Maurice.
Look,
Look, it was gonna happen. There was a couple different names. Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't call Jake Randall John Randall, but no. Seeing him back out there and him being as dynamic as he is, like, how much does he add to this?
No, he's awesome. I mean, even off the field, he's just a great man. You know, him and his wife are having their first baby soon, which is awesome. But on the field, you guys can see it. He's explosive. Every time he touches the ball, it's a problem for the defense. And whatever way that us as quarterbacks can get the ball into his hands, we're going to go ahead and do that.